Okay, we are in the middle of a small scenario, small unit scenario here. We're testing a couple of the concepts, as we've mentioned before, testing, retesting, experimenting, investigating how the rules work. Quite simply, making sure they work right. In this situation, we're picking it up right in the middle after we've started an assault. And what we've been seeing is that we have some revealed shooters, Germans defending this townhouse, which is the objective of this very small game. These Germans that are firing are not moving. They are therefore getting a bonus when they fire at things that are also not moving. So in the situation here, we have what is now the remainder of one squad. There were two. One has been completely obliterated by combat. But we'll pick it up right here and show you some examples through the actual steps as to how this happens. So if you can't see it from the distance of the GoPro camera, we have again, all these infantry are rifled infantry. We have a anti-tank rifle of the Russians placed here. We have a 50 caliber on a Lend-Lease half-track, and we have the infantry squads in this position right here, in these positions. Now, the only one that is currently moving is this one right here. Therefore, any benefit that is witnessed or potential by the firing of the Germans is offset because they're not moving by these guys moving. So it's just simply a straight up, it's a wash, if you will, but these guys are in no cover. So when we look at this example right here, for example, we're counting up the hexes, and at rifle range we're at 1, 2, 3, which is automatic, 4, 5, and here we see the value of a transparent field. So that's color. They're elite, which goes back to automatic. So they're getting an automatic hit on these guys, straight up, but these guys are also moving. So it reverts back or pushes outward to blue again, which is color. So in order to get a hit, this one stand firing one die rolls to see if it gets a hit on these guys. Over here, that you can't see it again because they're in cover, is another German squad with no casualties firing at this Russian squad, which has casualties. One red hit. Automatic, color, code, color because they're elite, automatic because they are not moving. So it's an automatic hit for both of these guys if it would be both, if these Russians were also elite, which they are not. So it's an automatic hit for the Germans, but because it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it's half range, they're getting a red hit every time. If it was greater than half, they would be only getting a green hit. So this is an automatic hit for the Germans, hence the reason why we have a red hit indicator here, because they've had one round of firing, so it's pretty bad. And as a matter of fact, it's very close. But bear in mind, they're both not moving and these Germans are elite. If they were not elite, it would be a blue to cause a hit there. But the fact that they're elite makes all the difference. So these guys don't even have to roll a die. The Russians, however, do. So because these guys are not on a hill, they're on level 1 cover. The Russians need a blue to score a hit. And we scored a blue. So they get a level 1 red hit because of the range on the Germans. The Germans, this is assuming it's this next turn, fire simultaneously, they get another hit. So we have a level 2 on these Russians in the forest. That is going to cause them to rout. Because in the modified system we've got here, 2 red hits, units rout. So these guys get pushed back. One, well, we could say routing, which the rules say routing, so we are pushing them back 1, 2, and 3, pretty much out of contact. They would, in that position, have gotten the benefit of the commander who's in the half-track, but commander's in the half-track. He's not visible. Even if he was, the range is not going to be the same. So they take their level 2 hit with them. And there we are. That's that example. Now here we have automatic, color, code because they're moving. Back to color because they're elite. So these guys, firing at a moving target, need blue to score a hit. And they didn't get it. So the Russians are now, assuming that the Russians are moving first, the Germans are taking their hold fires immediately. The Russians continue their move, and they will get up to the fence line with their damage. That's very close. It's probably not going to help them any at all. The anti-tank rifle is opening up on this MG32, which is in some kind of cover we don't know. If it was reinforced, not just normal civilian cover, say like a wood fence or something, but this is specified as being an emplacement. But we don't know what kind of emplacement it is. It's simply going to be better than a fence. We'll call it blocks or somehow reinforced. So it's a good position for that to be in. It looks like sandbags, but it could be anything. It's just level 2 cover. The same is true of all the units, in this case just one stand with a commander that's in the house. That's level 2 cover. So the anti-tank rifle is opening up to try and do some damage on that MG32 position. Same as before. Automatic, color, code and color because of the enforcement. Level 1, level 2 makes it an impossible shot. However, the commander is in proximity to give them a code and color result, and they'll get 2 shots at code and color. Now, that's firing at infantry range, a rifled range. Should the anti-tank rifle be determined to be just as far as artillery or direct cannon fire, it'd be 4. So it'd be automatic, color, code and color. Then the commander would bring it down to code, which would be red. So it would depend. At this moment, we are calling this the same range as rifles. I was going to say rifled muskets, but that's what this is. So he's going to take 2 shots at C and C to score a hit there. Oh, stand by. Not moving target and not moving firer. So that gives a bonus of 1. Therefore, it goes to red, which is code. No other modifier. They're not elite. So we need 2 at red. And we get 1. So we are rolling to see if the damage is caused to the cover or the contents. As you can see, it's very simple. Red or blue. So red will be the contents. And it's a red hit. So the MG32 takes a hit. So this MG32, obviously more than one person is manning it to feed the ammo and so on, takes 1 red hit. But he is also, he's also firing. He's engaging this unit up on top of the hill. Again, the range, and this damage will be felt simultaneously, so it does not count right now because he's firing. So again, automatic, color, code and color because he's on a hill. Stationary firing at stationary goes back to code. Elite goes back to color blue. So again, that blue is huge, or that elite status is huge. It brings it down to a 50-50 chance to score a halfway red hit. And he does. So he has scored another hit. And that routes this unit as well. Now, we didn't even do any firing from this unit, so that's happening now as well. Automatic, color, code, code and color, stationary, back to code, color because of elite, flank, automatic. So that's a red hit that destroys the unit. So that right there is a good representation of, first of all, know your math, know the benefits, roll the dice based on the benefits, or don't as the case may be, and that's all there is to it.